How's it going? How's it going? Hold on. I'm just getting us squared away on Discord here, and we'll go ahead and get started momentarily. All right. the hype is real. The hype is real. It's time. It's time to revisit our childhoods, or at least for me it is, because as you probably noticed in the stream title and in the notification, this was in fact the very first JRPG that I ever played. I think I was probably about 7 or 8 years old. It was back in either the late 80s or the early 90s. Can't remember what year exactly it came out. I'm sure we'll be looking stuff up. Let's dive in, right? I've got food going. We've got a timer for that. I think we're gonna actually have an intermission at one point, because I'm finally gonna be hitting count level 40 in CZN, and so we're gonna have some polls to do in there too. Probably on reset in a little over an hour. We are not gonna have that long of a stream. We've got an early-ish game tonight, so we're probably gonna be going for about, I don't know, a little over 5 hours today. So it's fine. It's more than okay. All right, save data has been found, right? Oh, from this, because of the save data from 3. Ooh. The equipment included in the kit can be obtained from the following locations. During Quest 1, open the chest inside the inn in Tantagel. Okay. And then in 2, inside the inn in Middenhall. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember that town name, but I'm sure we did in fact visit it in 3, which is why it's related here. I know we went to Tantagel in 3. But yeah, okay. Okay, the music is gonna hit so hard, right? It's gonna be some nostalgia. It's a little interesting that Arpgs was involved in this, because if we remember back, Arpgs is the studio, or the fact that they worked on this. Arpgs is the studio that won the Triangle Strategy collab. Oh, yeah. It looks like the volume might be a smidge too loud, so let me handle that. Okay, so 1 or 2? Obviously, we gotta go 1 first, right? Okay. Dragon Quest 1. Thanks to the heroic efforts of the legendary Erdrick, the Lord of the Underworld was defeated and peace returned to the land of Alefgard. Yet this peace was not to last, as the diabolical Dragon Lord rose up and unleashed horde upon horde of monsters on the realm once more. Now it falls to you, Erdrick's descendant, to lay the fiend low and rescue the world from its plight. How's it going, Nick? Yeah, this is like maybe the most nostalgic game for me. I mean, it's definitely up there. It's probably like this, Final Fantasy 1 and Dungeon Explorer on TurboGrafx-16 are like the three maybe the 3 earliest video game memories I have. All right, let's create. I wonder what I named what I named myself the very first time I played this. If only my memory was actually good, right? Dungeon Master on Amiga. Okay, I like how we both have something that's not on a Nintendo or Sega console for our third game. I like that. That's awesome. I think at some point I've gotta try to find a way to stream Dungeon Explorer. And honestly, it might literally just be playing on the TurboGrafx 16, because out of all of the stuff that I did not save over my, like, throughout my whole life, video game wise, whether it was hardware, games, or whatever, the TurboGrafx 16 and the second generation Nintendo are like the only two consoles I have that are like anywhere behind Nintendo Switch 1. And so, like, if I can find an adapter or something to make it so I can hook up my TurboGrafx 16 to the Elgato capture card, like, we might just be straight up in business and I could play it directly from the console, which would be kind of wild, but that'd be cool. I feel like I've kind of seen people do that somewhat recently, like stream older stuff. Like, hasn't Yuna streamed like Nintendo DS stuff or something earlier this year? I feel like I saw her do at least one game with that, and like other retro people who are doing like older stuff. I think there's got to be a way. I probably just need to find an adapter or something. Oh, you're already 3/4 now. Are you 3/4 of the way through 1 or 3/4 of the way through 1 plus 2? Yeah, I feel I that's maybe the number one thing that I don't like about actually trying to stream, is that I don't get to hang out with like all the streamers that I that I really like. Like, I can't even remember the last time I saw a full, like, start to finish Yuna stream. It was probably Triangle Strategy, honestly, back on launch in 2022. And then other streamers I like Tashaka, I haven't seen her stream in I don't even know how long. I've tried to catch some of her Borderlands 4 stuff, because I think that was what I found her from. Maybe it was Borderlands 2. Either that, or maybe she was on Heroes of the Storm 2, and it was like the Borderlands vibe that like got me sticking around, like, and liking her and stuff. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it is like that. Like, I know there's all the amazing people that like are in Yuna's community that just hang out with her every stream, no matter what she's playing. But yeah, sometimes when we're really busy, we kind of only hang out with people when they're streaming like games that we really care about, right? Like it. Some of the stuff I've seen Yuna streaming this year is like, I would if I had time, if I was available, I would hang out just because it's her. But like, you know, like I don't have any interest in Silent Hill or something. I would be there to hang out with her in the community and stuff. So I get it. And I think I get that a lot too, right? Like there's definitely a decent number of people in my community that really only hang out with me like when I'm playing Octopath. And so like last Thursday when we were doing Octopath for the first time in like, I don't know, a couple months or something, like I had the biggest viewership numbers I've had maybe all year for that on Thursday. So it's, yeah, I get it. It's totally a thing. Okay, what are we gonna name ourselves here? We can't name ourselves Erdrick. I guess we actually could. Is there enough characters? We could do like Erdrick. How many generations after Erdrick are we? We could do like Erdrick the Third or something. Kind of similarly, maybe a little bit of a shout out to how we've got Pardis the Third in Octopath. That they finally, I think last week they finally officially announced him for Octopath 0, so we can actually talk about Pardis without it being spoilers now. Okay, let's do that. We're literally just gonna be, whoops, how do we go back? We're gonna be Erdrick the 13th or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure out some Roman numerals here. If I can spell it our names right. I literally can't spell our names right. Is that right? I think that's right. How do I do a space here? Urgic the... Oh, only 3 to 5? Okay, well in that case, let's just do 3. It's kind of like a shout out to parties, yeah. Alright, so we're gonna do Erdrick the Third. I'm about as unoriginal as possible today, aren't I? You know, Fairy, they really do, right? Like whenever we play the gacha games, like all our Octopath and SOC and now CZN degens, like they love themselves some good degeneracy, right? All right, let's should we do Erdrick the Third? Let's do Erdrick the Third, kind of as a shout out to parties. Are you happy with the name Erdrick the Third? Yes. I'm pathetic, but whatever. Let's roll with it. Oh, okay. So we're gonna have some voice acting. I wasn't sure, at least for this one, but that's good. Do you want to display the location of your current objective on the map? You know what? Honestly, it would be nice to get through this game like these two games faster than not. Don't worry. We're gonna take our time and savor them and everything too, especially this one. But also, the faster we can get through them, the more free time we can have between this and Octopath. So, because we do have, let's see, we only have 4 weeks from Wednesday until Octopath comes out, and I don't want there to be like a rush. So I'm thinking, you know, partly because these are old games, there's a good chance these games are not going to be that long either. You know, they should be shorter than 3, I think. And 3, honestly, what did 3 take us? Like probably like 10 to 15 streams or something. So I'm kind of hoping we can get through these two in like 2 weeks or so, maybe. But if we think back to like Phantasy Star 4 and Shining Force 1 and 2 that we did about a little over a year ago now, those were much quicker, right? And those were old games too, just like this. So I mean, we got through, I think, Phantasy Star 4 and Shining Force 1. We got through both of those in 1 week. So if we get through both of these in a week, we'll have to I guess we'll probably just be playing a lot of CZN. I don't know, but I honestly, that's not bad. I still think, because there's the you know, the Slay the Spire roguelite aspect of CZN. I think it makes for both good streaming on my end and good viewing on you guys' end. So if we do end up having to play that for more than 2 weeks, even here in the gap, I think that's more than okay. But okay, let's do this. We like this in 3, and so like I think we'll do this in 1 and 2 as well, right? Or do we want to make it so that we have to figure things out? Because that's one thing I remember about this game as a kid. I remember trying to figure out like where you're supposed to go, what you're supposed to be doing. Like all of it was like puzzles and stuff, at least for me as like a 7-year-old. Probably now that it shouldn't quite be the case, but okay, yeah, that was my guess, Nick, that maybe they would be around the same as 3 or maybe a little bit over. So yeah, I think for expediency's sake, and just, I mean, honestly, when we're playing the remakes and the remasters, I do like to play the newer version with all the bells and whistles compared to like the original version, just to see like how different it is. So I think like when we get stuff like this, like we're just gonna keep doing like all of it. And I like to do that with the music too, right? Like we listen to the newer music in Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster, right, instead of the original music. And like maybe if we come back to that and play that in a year or two again or something on stream, we could do the original original sound music this time. Okay, let's do that. Select a difficulty mode. Draki Quest, Dragon Quest, and Draconian Quest. Oh boy. I don't know. Like, part of me does just want to play it on Draconian because this would probably be a more authentic experience, right? Because the original was like, honestly, I remember the original as like one of the hardest games I've ever played, and like as like the hardest game from my childhood. Like, I remember it just being really punishing. I remember having a lot of trouble with the final boss. Part of the difficulty was just the problem solving and everything. You're doing Draconian. Do we remember what I played on 3? Did I go the hardest difficulty on 3? I remember 3 was pretty tough. Like, some of those bosses towards the end of the game were hard, and honestly, I liked it. And then we kind of saw a little bit of similarity in the difficulty, I felt like, in the Lunar games earlier this year. Although to be honest, my memory is that Dragon Quest III Remake was more challenging than the Lunar games, but the Lunar games also had a little bit of difficulty there too. Like, I remember having to grind at the end of I think it was Eternal Blue. We had to do a little bit of grinding at the end before we could actually beat the final boss. Let's just do it. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. All right, here we go. Game will auto-saving, yeah, we know about that. Alright, here we go. We might have to move where you guys are, where I am. We'll have to see what the, like, combat UI looks like.
Hear me.
Okay, let's see.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
A great darkness threatens this world.
Uh-oh.
Left unchecked, it will swallow it entirely. It may already be too late.
I like the narrators.
Perhaps you, Scion of Erdrick, might prevail.
Erdrick the Third, yeah, maybe.
You must make for Tantacha. You must do all that you can. The fate of the world rests with you.
Oh my god, it's yeah, I mean, we're back in the HD2D engine, right? And it's... Neck, were you the one that said that this looks even better than Dragon Quest III Remake? I'm so excited to experience this game in HD2D, though. Like, the nostalgia and the music and everything. It does a bit... That's crazy, right? That's amazing, though. Oh, yeah, the sounds. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Canst thou stand? Speak to me. Oh, wait. Tis not. I can yet fight. It's auto-playing the dialogue here. But we find ourselves surrounded. Captain, all is surely lost. We cannot permit it to be, for shall we fall, who shall remain to keep the fiends from our kith and kin? Our kith and kin, yeah. Oh, it's us. Yeah, we're the hero. Yeah, we are. Who? Thou art here to aid us. Thou? Thou. Mr. Thou, are you coming? I'm not Mr. Thou. Mr. Thou is over there. And where do we know kith and kin from? I feel like there's some dialogue that we saw had kith and kin in it recently too. It does. It looks so good, and I love. Oh my. We are in debt. Thy debt, stranger, hast thou now come to our aid? We might well have perished. Dude, the music is gonna like, the music is gonna trip me up like every single time we hear a new song. Oh god, it's so good. It's so good. Oh wow, so this is what we're gonna get to. Yeah, okay, cool. Very cool. Indeed, to best a whole host of monsters single-handedly is the work of no ordinary hero. Well, we are third generation Erdrick after all. Gwaelin's guard. If I might ask, what bringeth thee to the forest alone, stranger? Journeyst thou somewhere? Yeah, we've almost even with all the with the punctuation and stuff and the tone of the talking, we're also getting a little bit of Haunted vibes here, right? Especially with that person talking. Or I guess Haunet's giving us some Dragon Quest 1 vibes, yeah. Zounds, thou art of the line of mighty Erdrick? Yes, we are. The hero of legend, hence thy prowess with a blade. Yeah, I love it, because, like, you know, when we were playing the Lunar games, especially the second one, like, not having played that before, it was really cool seeing, you know, it felt like there were, I don't know, there were a lot of things that I picked up on in Eternal Blue that were like, this is... this was inspiration for the Octopath games. This is inspiration for the Octopath games. This is inspiration, and you know this might just be because you know, over the years there's a lot of games from my childhood that I have replayed, right? Like the Shining Force games, Phantasy Star 4, Final Fantasy 4 and 6, and even a little bit 1. But like this game, I haven't really replayed like much, if at all, over the years, and so like the Old English here, like maybe this is just something that I didn't remember as being maybe partly an inspiration for at least Haunted, right? Cause yeah, definitely you can definitely see some of like how Haunted speaks in this, right? And a voice heard in a dream did truly tell thee to make for Tantagel. Nonsense, such talk is the stuff of fairy tales. Now, why are these folks not voiced? Because we said we had to pick which language we were going to have characters voiced in, right? Hold thy tongue, thou addressest our deliverer. Stranger, we are guardsmen of the king of that very realm. Allow us to escort thee hence. 'Tis the very least we can do. Well, that was a nice little intro we had. And now we've actually got a squad here, at least for a second. Behold, yonder lieth fair Tantagel. Oh, right, I've got to be ready, because we're going to be getting good screenshots in here, I bet. And beyond it, that accursed isle, upon which standeth the dwelling place of that foul demon, who did appear as if from nowhere to lead the fiends against us. Like that, look at that, what a screenshot. That art is amazing. The Dragon Lord. And right, I always thought this was really cool, and I love when game devs do stuff like this. And I don't know if it happened anytime before this game. I'm already desynced, aren't I? Hold on. Let's hope we don't have that happening too much throughout the course of the playthrough. Oh, you think 2 has way more? I mean, it makes sense because 2 has like a whole party and stuff, right? But anyways, the thing that I love in games is when the starting area and the final area in the game are like right next to each other. And like whether or not you know that from the beginning of the game, like we do in this game, but sometimes like devs will hide that from you and stuff, and then you find yourself coming back to where it all started in the end. I don't know why, but I love that because it feels like they're bringing your entire journey like full circle, right? It feels like a really nice way to wrap things up, I guess, for me. And I'm trying to remember because it feels like we've seen that recently, and I mean, I guess technically in Evil's Chronicles, right, with the final area being below the Orbone Monastery, that's kind of one, right? Because the opening scene of the game takes place there, even if like the first couple of chapters are like flashback stuff, basically. Trying to think what other games, maybe they'll come to me as we go, but yeah, that's kind of, I always like that about this game. Oh, okay, yeah, and I can say the same for another, well, you know, I guess maybe not, maybe it's honestly, yeah, I probably can't say anything about that either. So okay, anyways, the Dragon Lord, this kind of reminds me of like crossing the bridge after you fight Garland in Final Fantasy 1. You're crossing the bridge, or like in Phantasy Star 4 when you set off to go do your first hunt with Alice and stuff. Oh my god, look at Tanta Joe, holy shit. There might be a lot of excited expletives here. Just an FYI. I'll try to keep them down, but like, we shall go ahead and inform the king of thy coming. His esteemed majesty Warwick the 16th will surely grant an audience to one such as thee. Truly, Captain, we have only this man's word that he is indeed a scion of the legendary hero. I mean, this was literally what I was humming when I started the stream before we booted the game up, right? I mean, the music in this game specifically is so like ingrained in my mind and in my memory for like all time that it's not even funny. The veracity of that claim is neither here nor there. That we were delivered from marauding fiends by his courage and strength of arms is enough. Tantajo, nay, our entire world hath need of such warriors as he. She's not feeling that. Ah, but forgive me, stranger, I have not yet asked of thee thy name. To whom shall I inform his majesty that we owe our lives? Well, remember we told you we're descendant of Erdrick? we're literally Erdrick the Third. I don't know if that actually helps or hurts our case for making the claim. Like, yep, I'm literally just Erdrick the Third. Oh yeah. Alright, gotta listen here too.
Well met, traveller. It seemeth thou art a warrior of great skill. We have long awaited the coming of one such as thee. The captain did relate to me the tale of how thou didst best a whole horde of fiends single-handedly, and did thereby deliver he and his comrades from peril. And not only this, but thou art of the bloodline of mighty Erdrick. Is this true? Then thou knowest, of course, the legend of thine ancestors' deeds.
No, but thou must. I loved the pacing of the dialogue being read and the dialogue auto scrolling. That was actually just perfect. You know, often we get them where they don't sync up. Now, the only thing that I'm not sure that I hope we can either change or we can control more of moving forward is because if we miss something, like, can we stop it, or are they just gonna keep talking and keep scrolling? Like, that's the only thing. But everything else about that seemed really good, though. Okay. Obviously we know.
But of course thou dost. Even babes in arms know the tale by heart. In days of yore, thy revered ancestor did receive of the almighty goddess the sphere of light, and by its power was our world rid of the monstrous menace that beset it. Yet the tales make no mention of any of the heroes' bloodline having survived.
Let's go, Solstice. What's up, dude? Happy Monday. Hope everybody had a good weekend.
That thou art of the line of Erdrick.
Yeah, we are.
Praise be! These are glad tidings indeed. But possessest thou proof, perhaps, of this claim? Or are we to believe it based solely on a voice heard in a dream?
No, we got no proof. Sorry, dude.
Thou plainly wearest thy heart on thy sleeve, young man. 'Tis an endearing trait indeed. Mine own line is one intimately entwined with that of the hero of legend. And according to the tales passed down among us, the hero who laid low the lord of the underworld was also guided by a voice heard in dreams.
Now, is that public knowledge, or did we
Please.
just...
It will not do to share the secrets of the royal line
Yeah,
so freely.
see, so us having heard that too.
Though we lack for
right?
proof, I would place my faith in this youngster nonetheless. Better that than lose all hope for the salvation of our benighted realm.
Yes, Majesty.
Now, young hero, thou too wouldst know the truth of thy bloodline, wouldst thou not? Then hie thee to the cave that doth bear thine ancestors' title, and to the Shrine of Rain. Return to me with what thou findest there. This shall be thy reward for aiding my guardsmen. Go forth, brave hero, and may the goddess guide thee.
Richard III receives 120 gold coins and some useful items and puts them in his bags. All right.